What if the person you trusted as a mentor, a friend, or even a role model turned out to be hiding a dark secret, preying on the most vulnerable among us? In the quiet suburb of Redacted, Illinois, a story unfolded that shattered that illusion, leaving a community reeling and a young boy's life forever altered. Today we delve into the harrowing case of Ally Bardfield, a 34-year-old woman whose facade of normalcy masked a predatory obsession with an 11-year-old boy, a betrayal that unfolded through digital whispers and cold, hard cash. This isn't just a crime story. It's a stark reminder of the hidden dangers lurking in our everyday connections, the vigilance required in the digital age, and the unyielding pursuit of justice that can bring predators to account. As we unpack the investigation, the arrest, the confession, and the courtroom reckoning, prepare for a narrative that will leave you questioning who you really know and how we protect the innocent. The saga began in the unassuming world of Snapchat, a platform designed for fleeting fun but often weaponized for darker purposes. Ally Bardfield, a seemingly ordinary adult with a stable job and a circle of acquaintances, started exchanging messages with the boy, a student she knew through community ties. What began as innocent banter quickly veered into inappropriate territory, with Bardfield sending texts laced with flirtation, explicit images, and even discussions of intimate topics like birth control. But it didn't stop there. As the exchanges escalated, Bardfield began transferring money via Cash App, hundreds of dollars in total, disguised as gifts or help. To those on the outside, it might have looked like generosity. To investigators, it was a red flag of grooming, a classic tactic used by predators to build dependency and silence. The boy's mother, a vigilant parent with an instinct honed by years of raising children in a connected world, noticed the subtle shifts. Her son's withdrawn demeanor, the secretive glances at his phone, the unexplained cash notifications. Trusting her gut, she checked his device and uncovered the digital trail that would unravel Bardfield's carefully constructed facade. This wasn't a one-off mistake. It was a calculated pattern, spanning weeks of manipulation that exploited a child's trust and innocence. Investigators moved swiftly, piecing together the evidence with the precision of a puzzle master. Snapchat's ephemeral nature posed a challenge. Messages vanish after viewing, but Cash App's transaction logs provided an indelible record, showing transfers totaling over $500, each one a breadcrumb leading back to Bardfield. Phone records revealed late-night calls and FaceTime sessions, where Bardfield allegedly urged the boy to delete their conversations, a desperate bid to erase her footprint. The boy's eventual confession painted a picture of confusion and coercion, his young mind grappling with the blurred lines Bardfield had drawn. By March 29, 2024, the case had escalated to a playdate at Bardfield's home, a visit that crossed every boundary. The mother's discovery ignited a firestorm of legal action, with detectives obtaining warrants for Bardfield's devices and accounts. What they found was damning: explicit photos, romanticized messages, and a pattern of escalation that screamed intent. Bardfield wasn't a stranger to the boy. She was a fixture in his world, making her betrayal all the more insidious. As the evidence mounted, the community began to whisper, how could someone so normal harbor such darkness? It was a question that haunted the investigation, underscoring the universal truth that predators often blend seamlessly into everyday life, waiting for the moment to strike. The arrest unfolded like a scene from a crime thriller, captured in unflinching body cam footage that would later become a cornerstone of the case. Officers arrived at Bardfield's modest home on a crisp spring morning, the air thick with tension. As the door swung open, Bardfield's initial calm facade cracked, her eyes widening as detectives laid out the charges. Predatory criminal sexual assault of a child, a Class X felony carrying 6 to 60 years in prison at 85% served, mandatory lifetime sex offender registration, and a $25,000 fine, no probation eligible. The footage shows her stammering denials. Me? Predatory? Before the reality sinks in, her body language shifting from defiance to defeat. We have a search warrant for the house, an investigator states flatly. As Bardfield's 3 children and brother watch in stunned silence, the Miranda rights are read with clinical precision, and Bardfield, her voice barely above a whisper, agrees to talk. What follows is a masterclass in interrogation. Detectives confront her with the Cash App logs, the Snapchat screenshots, the boy's testimony. He kept asking and asking. Bardfield allegedly responded when pressed on the explicit images, a chilling admission that revealed her twisted rationale. Hours later in custody, Bardfield confessed, the weight of the evidence too overwhelming to deny. It was a turning point, sparing the boy a trial's trauma but sealing her fate. As she was led away, the community exhaled. But the scars remained, a stark reminder of how quickly trust can turn toxic. The courtroom phase brought the case to a thunderous close, with Bardfield opting for a guilty plea to avoid a public spectacle. Charged with predatory criminal sexual assault, the plea meant no trial, no cross-examinations that could re-traumatize the victim. But it also meant accepting the full brunt of the law. The judge's reading of the charges was a solemn recitation of consequences: 6 to 60 years in prison, lifetime registration as a sex offender, and the inescapable fine. Bardfield, once a fixture in her neighborhood, now faced a future behind bars, her life reduced to a cautionary tale. Prosecutors hailed the outcome as a victory for child protection, emphasizing the importance of parental vigilance in the digital era. The boy's family, in a statement, expressed gratitude for the swift justice but underscored the lifelong healing ahead. Bardfield's plea wasn't just legal capitulation. It was a societal statement, highlighting the dangers of unchecked online interactions and the predatory patterns that lurk beneath seemingly innocent exchanges. This case isn't an isolated horror. It's a wake-up call to the modern challenges of safeguarding children in a hyper-connected world. Snapchat's self-deleting messages, Cash App's anonymous transfers, these tools, meant for convenience, have become shields for predators. Law enforcement experts note a 40% rise in digital grooming cases since 2020, with apps like Snapchat cited in 60% of incidents. Bardfield's story underscores the need for tech platforms to prioritize safety over speed, and for parents to monitor without invading trust. It's a delicate balance, but one that saves lives. For the young victim, the path forward involves therapy, support, and time, a journey Bardfield's actions stole too soon. As the community rallies around him, the hope is for healing, for a future where his innocence isn't defined by betrayal. In the end, Ally Bardfield's downfall serves as a sobering reminder. Evil doesn't always announce itself with fanfare. It hides in plain sight, in messages that seem harmless, in gifts that feel generous. But justice, though delayed, arrives with force. Her guilty plea ensures accountability, but it also ignites a broader conversation. How do we protect our children in an era where danger scrolls by in a notification? What are your thoughts? Should tech companies face stricter rules? Drop your comments below. And if this breakdown moved you, hit that like button, subscribe for more real stories, and share to raise awareness. Together we can build a safer world. Stay vigilant, friends.